Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of the Retro Gamers Podcast, episode number 283. Larry here.
And Anthony here.
What's going on, Ann? How are you?
Doing okay. It feels good to be back. Missing a week is like missing a week.
It feels like 7 days.
It feels like 7 whole days. And it also feels like 24 hours times 7 days.
Well, don't even. I don't have a calculator in front of me.
Oh man, I think it's 168.
I'm pretty sure it is.
Mm-hmm.
As you can see, I'm not in my apartment this week.
No, you are not. What happened?
No, I'm on location. I'm in Brooklyn this week.
Okay. I thought the Pops decided to destroy the place, and you just don't
No, not yet. Though I'm sure they haven't. They're probably all melting right now in the apartment.
Is it that warm there?
It will be tomorrow. It's like in the 90s tomorrow.
Oh wow. Okay.
It's not going to be cool.
Okay. Well, I dealt with when I was traveling, I was dealing with the mid to high 90s in Florida.
Yeah,
Not fun.
Not at all. So, but yeah, we're all back, and we're just gonna have a good time here. We're probably gonna keep it. We always say we keep it short, so I don't want to jinx it.
Yeah.
But we'll see what happens. So yeah, you weren't around last week.
No, and I would like to just take a moment to thank nobody for filling in for me last week. Really appreciate it.
Everything fell apart the last second.
Yeah.
So I did what I had to do, but
that's okay, Larry. I appreciate that you actually, you powered through and
I did
have an episode. So
I did. I had something, and a little update from last week. Really, no update other than the fact that I got my Xbox with me because I'm gonna be here for a little while.
Oh, very nice,
And
very nice.
I got my Switch with me.
Awesome.
And of course, the one game I was playing heavily, Axiom Verge, is what I just started recently. Playing on the PS4, which is still at my apartment.
So it makes total sense that you did not bring that with you.
No, well, because I was gonna use the Xbox for PUBG. We've barely played PUBG, me and my squad, and I'm really jonesing for Axiom Verge, and I would totally repurchase it on Switch, but I'm already like 3+ hours into the game.
Oh, okay.
Side note, amazing game.
Well, I heard great stuff about that game. It's been on my list of stuff to play, but of course I'm busy playing 1,000 other things.
I don't remember if I bought it or if it was part of like a PlayStation Plus or something. But it's just, like I said last week, I kind of just picked it up. I was like, you know what? I have this game. I'm really not playing anything else. Let me give this a shot. It is such an homage. You can say it's a Metroidvania game. It is a Super Metroid game.
Oh, okay.
And the game is fantastic. Like I said, there is a sequel, which I learned that the sequel has like nothing to do with the first game. You can actually play either game in order, and one has nothing to do with the other.
That's kind of cool.
Which is pretty interesting.
Very cool.
No, and I'm actually going to be here in Brooklyn for a little while, and I'm a little worried that like when you start a role playing game, this usually happens more with RPGs. You start a role playing game, something comes up, something happens, you stop playing it, you get a new game, whatever. There's always that weird cutoff at like what point do you go back and you know what? Let me just reset the game. Let me wipe the memory card and start over. I'm a little worried that's going to happen to me with Axiom Verge, and I don't want it to.
Well, I don't think a couple of weeks is going to do that. I think if you go back home and then continue to not play it for a while, then yes, I agree with you. But then again, it could be something like every like 2 years I pick up Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories and I try to play through it where I left off. I have no idea what the story is. I really don't. I just don't want to start it over again because I don't like the gameplay of it. I just want to get through it.
You just want to power through it like a cleansing drink.
Yeah, basically. I want to power through it so that I don't have to play it again and I can finally move on to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Yeah. See, unlike the Kingdom Hearts, you can play Axiom Verge in any order, like I said.
Yeah, exactly. Kingdom Hearts, I kind of want to go. Well, you can technically play 1, 2, and 3 without all of the other ones.
Oh, this is very true.
But because Chain of Memories is 1.5, it's kind of a story in between 1 and 2. I want to get through that so I can go to 2 and 3.
Gotcha. let me, do you, and I don't know the answer on my end, so I'm just throwing it out there. Like, do you know what game like that you might have went to pick up again, but like it was the furthest you were in a game, and you're like, you know what? I don't know where I am. I'm just gonna reset this and start over again.
Yeah, Tomb Raider 2.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, Tomb Raider 2. I told you I still have Tomb Raider 3 and I've never played it because I can't get through Tomb Raider 2. And I had I literally left off like 22 years ago. And every time I tried to pick it up, I'm like, oh yeah, I remember I was stuck on this board. I think there's a submarine in water. That's the board I'm stuck on. And I just got to a point where it's like, yeah, no, I just gotta start it over. I would probably do that with Final Fantasy VIII as well, because I bought that game. I got all the way to the end, all the way to the fourth disc. I think we're on the ship heading to the last fight. And then I just stopped.
Just Dunsky.
I just walked away from it and I don't know why. And now like I could go back and probably just do whatever the end is. I just don't remember the story.
Yeah, and I find myself, long time ago and again, I've talked about it on the show. Really, the only RPGs I played were the Shining Force games. That was really it on Genesis. And I remember back in the day, I would pay attention to the story. And then later on with any of these games, I just blew through the opening and just skipped through everything.
Right.
But again, like with Axiom, I find myself enthralled into the story and taking time to read through it. So I don't know if that's, again, just me becoming complacent or older or something.
More patient.
Maybe that could be it too.
Yeah. I mean, the whole point of playing a game is to play through the story. I mean, what's the point of skipping the story?
Because you get to the actual gameplay.
Well, I think you've always been the type of gamer who's enjoyed the simplistic storylines. So in other words, like 100%. Super Mario Brothers. Princess has been taken, gotta go save her. Legend of Zelda. Princess has been taken, gotta go save her. You know what I mean? There's nothing else to it.
Agree. Watch, rinse, repeat. Yeah.
Right. But then as games have evolved and the storylines have gotten deeper, you've kind of checked out of this.
It's actually, I think it was Super Metroid. I think is the one that you can't really skip through the opening.
No, you can't.
Yeah, and like I'm there with my controller, and I'm like jamming on every button, right? Skipping the opening when I first play it.
Forced cutscenes.
Basically, it's not like it's loading.
Well, no, but most games today do that now too. It's like if you're playing through it for the first time, I think normally you can't skip it.
That's what's kind of cool about Axiom, because and only, I keep saying Axiom because I always feel weird saying Verge or Verge. With Axiom, you can play there is a speedrun mode in it, but really it's more designed. It just cuts out all the nonsense. And it's like when I went to start it, I'm like, oh, maybe I should just do this mode. Like I'm not going to blow through the game, but I don't need all the filler. But I'm happy I'm getting the filler. So
yeah, okay. But I mean, try and step back and enjoy the story. I mean, the stories to games are very important in my opinion. I mean, it's really why we play them. I mean, to me, games play out like movies. It's like you want to connect to your characters. You want to see what happens to them, how they develop over the course of the game.
And that's literally happening nowadays with these new gen systems. I mean, they are playable movies.
Yeah, essentially. Hell, I mean, they're releasing games that are basically movies. There's the Quarry coming out soon.
Oh yes,
David Arquette.
Yep.
And in fact, I was just looking at I just went back and looked at, this isn't retro, but I think the Dark Pictures anthology that came out. Where there were 3 games. I had started Man of Medan and I didn't finish it, and then there were 2 more that followed it.
Yeah.
And I want to go back and play those. And also Until Dawn, I wanted to go back and play, but I heard that they're remastering it. So,
oh, really?
Yeah. So like, I guess maybe for like PS5 and
that's interesting. Well, it must be really hot. My phone just gave me the temperature warning.
Oh yeah, your phone's about to melt.
I think so. Awesome. I just turned it off.
But yeah, and speaking of stories in games,
yes.
Recently, actually not recently, like last night, I was sitting on my couch. I've been sick the entire weekend. I don't know what I caught when I was traveling, but
nowadays, who knows?
No, who knows? I mean, it wasn't COVID. I tested myself multiple times. I was like, hey, maybe it is. I don't know. But whatever it was, I have a little. Usually, I have a post-travel bug. Something just happens. It's like my body gets exhausted and wants to recuperate, and it does it by getting sick. So
it happened to me when I came back from Dallas. Well, that and COVID, but still.
Yeah. Well, yeah. You had a 1-2 punch. So I've just been in all weekend, resting, recuperating, and all that stuff. And then last night, I literally just got to the point where it's like, I can't watch any more TV. I just could not. I just couldn't do it anymore. I plowed through the new season of Stranger Things. I watched what the heck did I watch? I watched Sonic 2 on Paramount Plus.
Ooh, okay.
We'll go back to that. We'll circle back to that. And then I watched another movie too. I watched The Lost City last week.
Oh, how was that?
Sandra Bullock and Channing Tatum. It was fun.
Okay.
It was fun. Super fun. There was another movie I watched too, along with Sonic 2. I just don't remember what it was. I thought it was good though. And then I watched Never Ending Story yesterday for nostalgia purposes.
Oh yeah.
Which was a blast. Oh man. Poor Artax. And then, but then last night I was, sitting there, I was like, you know what? I haven't really gamed much this weekend, which is kind of funny considering, that's usually what I do. I did pick up the new Evil Dead game, which is a lot of fun.
Oh, you did pick it up?
Oh yeah. It's a blast.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a blast, especially if you love the Evil Dead movies.
Oh, totally.
Yeah, it pays total homage. It's a bit frenetic and tough to get used to, but it's a lot of fun.
It's 4-player online, right?
4-player online. 5-player, one person can play as the demon.
Oh, okay. What is it like? Dead by Daylight?
It's a Dead by Daylight-esque kind of game.
Okay, all right. I'll pick that up.
Yeah, no. It's definitely a lot of fun. If anything, it'll be a nice replacement for Dead by Daylight because I'm tired of Dead by Daylight.
Right? Mm-hmm. No, I'll definitely check that out. PS4, right?
PS5. Yeah, I have PS5. But then last night I was just like, I just wasn't sure what to do, and I wanted to throw something on quick to play. So I went through my library and I played through for the first time in who knows how long. I played through Parappa the Rapper.
Oh my God.
From PS1.
How'd that go?
Oh man. If you want to talk about story and how simplistic they are, it's like go back and play that game. Again, it was one of the very first rhythm-based games.
Mm-hmm.
And it was all about wrapping your way through levels. And there are only 6 levels in the game, so you can get through it in about a half.
Short game, yeah.
It's a super short game. But I forgot how much fun it was. It was just really kind of cool, cartoony, super fun. I will say that the button mapping or whatever for the wrapping was way off. Like I was pressing buttons in tune, like in time with the beat, and I was losing. And I'm like, okay, I go, it's interesting. It's like you have to figure out the rhythm of like when to do it, and it was always slightly later than you were supposed to.
So wait, was that because of the game or because you're playing it on the Polymega?
No. I was playing it on my PS5.
Oh wait. Oh, okay. I got it.
Yeah, no. I have it on my PS5 because I had downloaded it during when there was a sale.
Okay. Well, they remaster it or something?
I don't even think they can remaster that game. I mean, when you look at the graphics for that one, there's really not much to do.
Oh, that's right. I do remember them kind of re-releasing it. Yeah,
they re-released both of them. They re-released 1 and 2, and I never played 2. And then they also, I think, released Unjam or Lammy, which was the other one from that series. Mm-hmm. And I only played the first one, but it was just fun to go through. It was a nice little nostalgia trip, and it killed a good 30-40 minutes last night.
Other than, like you're saying, with the kind of what we'll call the delay, was there any muscle memory that came back?
Yes. Particularly with the first level with the onion dojo guy. Like I remember that rap more than the other ones.
That one you played through most.
Yeah, exactly, because it was the first one. I also remember when you get to the frog who does like a reggae rap. He is by far the hardest one.
I gotta play that game.
No question. It's worth playing through. It really is worth playing through. It's short. It's just fun.
I feel like I have it on my PS3, like as part of the like the original PS1 classics that they did.
Oh yeah.
Don't think it's part of because they did. We don't have it here. We can talk about it next week. They announced the games. Most of the games are going to be available with the new PlayStation Plus, and a lot of the retro games. Yes. Some good games. I just don't remember them off the top of my head. But At some point I'm gonna play. I don't know how I never played it. I don't think I've ever even really tried it because again, growing up, man, I remember you playing that almost ad nauseum, and I just sitting there like, when are we playing Warzone?
because it was a quick game to get through. Well, and let's face it, when you go back to Warzone kind of sucked.
Warzone, but you're right, but it was the first one.
Wrestling with the whole like Mortal Kombat combination type.
It was weird.
That just never worked out for me.
It was weird. Side note, check out if you haven't already. I think I sent you a link on YouTube. Check out Patman QC, Patman, Patman QC. He did 2 volumes. He's going to do a third one. The history of Fire Pro Wrestling.
Ooh,
awesome. Very cool. When he finally got to the PlayStation game, I'm like, yes, I remember this because
Parappa's not on the PS Plus premium list, but I do have a list that we can.
You have the list. You know, let's throw it out there. We haven't had a chance to talk about it, or at least not in detail.
No,
now we'd have to go through all the games, just the classic, the PS1 games.
Yeah. So in other words, like there's a good list there's a okay list for PS5. There's a lot for PS4 that's going to be on the premium. So the premium tier is, I think, the $120 a year.
That's the high one. Yeah, that's the most. Yeah,
so $120 a year, you get to play all these other games.
And folks, if you hear any of the planes, I apologize in advance. I'm not far from JFK, so.
No, you're not. So anyway, there's a lot for PS5. There's a lot for PS4. Going through PS3 really quickly, I'm just going to pull out
just blow through them,
like Asura's Wrath, Castlevania Lords of Shadow 2, Crash Commando, Devil May Cry HD Collection, Demon Souls, Enslaved Odyssey to the West, Echochrome, Fear, Hot Shots Golf, Out of Bounds, and World Invitational, Ico, Infamous 2, Lost Planet 2, Loco Roco Kokoroko.
Oh, that was awesome. I love Loco Roco.
Okay. I don't even know that game.
I played it on the PSP, actually.
Got it. MotorStorm Apocalypse, MotorStorm RC, Ninja Gaiden Sigma 2, Puppeteer, Rain, Red Dead Redemption Undead Nightmare, Ratchet & Clank, Quest for Body, A Crack in Time, and Into the Nexus, Resistance 3, Super Stardust HD, Tokyo Jungle, and When Vikings Attack. That's the PS3 list.
That's a heavy list.
PS2 list, they have not said anything yet.
Oh, okay. Interesting.
Nothing for PS2. PS1.
Okay, go for it. I'm going to mute myself so you get a clear.
This isn't that many. Ape Escape, Abe's Odyssey, Hot Shots Golf, IQ Intelligence Cube, Jumping Flash, Mr. Driller, Siphon Filter, Tekken 2, Worms World Party, Worms Armageddon. That's it so far for PS1.
Okay.
And then PSP, only one game so far listed, Ridge Racer 2.
Those are first party games?
Was
there a third party list?
Let me see what I'm looking at here. All PlayStation Plus premium games.
Okay.
I guess it's a combo. And there are definitely third party ones on here because when I look at PS4 and 5, there's stuff like the Miles Morales game is on here, Mortal Kombat, Ghost of Tsushima.
What's also cool about the thing is, and I haven't bought it yet, but there is a time trial for 2K20 WWE 2K22.
Yes, there's a time trial.
PSP again. The PSP games. We talked about it in the past about selling stuff back, and I don't really regret selling anything back, other than maybe right now the PSP because there were some hell of fantastic games on the PSP. Mostly collections, but all right. Well, that's a healthy list. I look forward to in a few days. Actually.
Well, and I'm curious because I find it odd that the Plus. It's coming soon. It's coming in June, right? So,
that's what I'm saying. But this drops June 1st.
Right. So. It's dropping June 1st, which is Wednesday.
No. I meant our episode drops the last day of May. So sometime in June. So shortly after.
Sometime in June. Yeah. Sometime in June, it's going to be released. I'm curious as to why they're holding back on any PlayStation 2 game announcements. Because let's face it, of all of their systems, I think PlayStation 2 has the biggest library.
Sure. That's probably why they're probably still trying to narrow it down.
Or they're going to release like this massive list of like, hey, look at all this cool stuff.
Yeah.
We'll see. But yeah, so that's the list of the PlayStation stuff. But going back to Parappa, just definitely fun to revisit stuff. I'm looking forward to the PlayStation Plus premium account. I will sign up for that. I'll see what they have available. I'll probably sign up for it.
Now,
go ahead.
I was going to say, they'll do the same thing like when Nintendo came out with the expansion pack. Mm-hmm. If you're already a subscriber, like we are to PlayStation Plus, when we sign up, we'll get like a prorated amount that first year.
Yep.
Pay the difference. But I think it'll totally be worth it. We'll talk more about it when it comes out. Speaking of games that came out, though, one I want to talk about real fast that I picked up, the Pac-Man Museum Plus.
Yes, it's probably after we're done recording, I'm going to sign on and buy it.
It is very, very fun. I mean, it's not giving you anything super new other than just all these great games in one location.
Mm-hmm.
And I talked about it. Actually, that's what I talked about last week. Really, kind of didn't break down every game, but I kind of mentioned a couple of them that I was looking forward to playing, and that I finally was able to. Like, for example, there's two versions of Pac-Man Arrangement that are in this. There's the arcade version and there's the PSP version, and they are slightly different. In my opinion, the arcade version is actually better than the PSP version.
Okay.
But being able to play that again, just, and I got it for Switch.
Nice.
Was just so much fun to play, and of course, Pac-Man, Super Pac-Man, Pac-Mania, nothing new there. You gotta like play some games to unlock others. The only two games so far that I'm not crazy about was Pac in Time, which I never really played originally. Some weird platformer. And Pack and Roll Remix, which really is more of a DS game. And playing it on the console, I don't know, maybe I should try it on the touchscreen in handheld mode. But playing it with the controller is just so terrible. But you kind of have to power through it to unlock other games.
Gotcha.
But the cool feature I like about it, which again, it really doesn't do anything other than just kind of a neat little feature. So as you play the games, you unlock rewards or whatever, or not missions, but I guess you can call them rewards, or I guess you can call them missions. When you unlock stuff, you get coins.
Okay.
And your coins that you use those to play the arcade games. So in theory, you can run out of coins. I mean, you're really never going to run out of coins.
Right.
But in theory, you can run out of coins. And there's just something about that was kind of fun. Because when I played, when I played the first game, you start off with 500 coins or whatever. And then I'm like, oh, why'd it go down to $4.99? I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool.
Because you spent a coin.
Exactly. Spent a quarter. So I don't know, that it doesn't really do anything, but it was just a fun little niche.
No, that's a nice little touch. I thought you were going to bring up the controversy with Pac-Man. A potential controversy, actually. It was actually in the news, retro news section that I had for today, but I'll bring it up now since we're talking about it.
Oh, no.
But in the Pac-Man Museum game, in the Pac-Man game, I guess there's you can unlock different decorative items for your arcade.
You have your own little arcade, and you just keep unlocking stuff. Yep. Like you unlock like multiple versions of cabinets, which don't make sense, but whatever.
But one of the things that you can unlock are the they call them is it gachapon figures? They're little capsule toy figures.
Yes.
Okay. So you can unlock figures for your machines. However, they've renamed some of the characters.
Did they really?
Yeah. So Chomp Chomp. So here, so Chomp Chomp?
Yeah.
Who is the dog? Yeah. Okay. So his name in the game, when you unlock his figure, his name has been changed to Pac Buddy.
Ew.
Okay, wait, I'm not done. Pac Baby, which is the little girl, has been renamed to Pac Sis. Pac Junior has been renamed to Pac Boy. And I've got the most egregious one out of all of it. Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, no, you can't do. She just went in the Hall of Fame.
Miss Pac-Man, when you unlock her figure, she has been renamed to Pac Mom.
Ew. What? That doesn't. Wow. I'm speechless. I have nothing to say about that.
Yeah. I saw this and I'm like, why?
Now I'm wondering because I have a few of them.
Did they not like Ms. Pac-Man because there was a connotation that maybe they got divorced?
But that's Ms. Ms is like, in between. You don't know if they're married or
she just got tired. She's like Pac-Man. It's like all you do is eat and eat. I can't feed you anymore. I'm out of here.
She's finding her groove.
I'm taking Pac Junior and Pac Baby away.
I'll be honest, I didn't realize Pac Baby was a girl, but that's fine. But still, all right, but even that doesn't make sense. All right, fine, they're renaming them. So Pac Sis and Pac Boy, like not even Pac Bro.
No,
like that would have
right. You would think it would be like Pac Bro, Pac Sis, or Pac Boy, Pac Girl. It's like so Pac Boy and Pac Sis.
Oh my god,
I don't know. I don't know.
That just seems like someone didn't get the memo.
Pac Mom to me is the most egregious.
That one, there's a pair of mom jeans on her, and just
right, exactly. It's like, wait a minute. I go because immediately when I read it, I was like, is that sexist?
I mean, no, but
I mean, no, because wouldn't it be Pac-Man and Pac-Woman? Why is it Pac-Mom?
In that fashion? I got
you. Why is it Pac-Mom?
And then because God forbid they rename Pac-Man to Pac-Dad.
Exactly. You can't name him Pac-Dad. He's Pac-Man.
I don't even think they would name that like in the Adventures of Pac-Man. You know, that kind of featured all of that.
Can you imagine if she was Pac-Wife?
That just, Pac Volkswagen.
That's the car.
And what was the dog's name again?
Pac VW. Pac Buddy.
All right. I don't even know why they did that, but if I start unlocking those, I'll let you know. If I find them, I only bought a couple of them, but none of them.
I want to pack. I want to not pack. I want to unlock them just to see them now.
They look like amiibo, kind of the way they're designed.
Yeah, exactly. But I'm like, but why did they need new names?
Well, besides that.
Oh, by the way, Professor Pac.
Yes,
kept his name.
He's not Pac Genius.
No, he's not. He's not Dr. Pac. He's not
Pac Nerd.
Pac Nerd. No, he is still Professor Pac.
All right. Well, there you go, folks.
Anyway.
Be that as it may, the game is fun. Like I said, it's not breaking any new grounds, but if you never played some of these games, they're really fun. Like I said, Pac-Man Arrangement, the arcade version, very fun. That's probably one of my favorite games besides Super Pac-Man on there. And yeah, definitely go out and buy it. It's a good purchase. I know they're not going to, but I would love for them to update, put more games in it. I'm not even saying Ms. Pac-Man because she's always kind of been on her own. Or Pac-Mom, I guess now at this point. But if you can get Junior Pac-Man, I mean, Junior Pac-Man really has never been re-released, I think, on anything past the Atari. I don't even know if it's been on anything from the Super Nintendo on. I have no idea.
I don't know.
And I have a copy of it on Atari.
Yeah.
And what's fun about Pac-Man Junior is it's double the width.
Yes, I remember that.
Yeah. Baby Pac-Man is always going to be hard to emulate because it's the hybrid.
Yes. The pinball machine.
Yeah, but naming aside, awesome game. Definitely go check it out.
All right. Hey, what's going on back there? I hear sirens.
That is just.
What did you do?
About Parkway.
Okay.
And that is a normal sounding.
I was going to say, I just thought they found you.
No. I'm using someone else's Wi-Fi.
Okay. So anyway, yeah. So that was the Pac.
All right, that's interesting.
I wanted to bring up. I will never call her Pac Mom. By the way, she is Ms. Pac-Man.
That's it.
Period.
Put respect on her name.
Yeah, exact. Her name demands respect, especially when I have the high score on your machine.
And it will be like that for even a little while longer.
At least a couple weeks. Yeah.
I might just drive back and do it.
Yeah, you might have to one day. Yeah, just one day. It's like, I got to do it. I got to go. I got to go. Oh, man. Well, since I started going into news, should I just
do it? Yeah, why not?
All right. So just a few other bits since we've already covered a couple of them. So the Pokemon Company has recently announced that their fiscal year last year was a record-breaking year for them because they released 3 games in the last fiscal year for them. A fiscal year for them is March through February, not January through December.
Yeah, I feel like that is a fiscal year.
Roughly, yeah.
Yeah. I wonder. Wait, 3. Oh, okay.
So you had new Pokemon Snap,
that's the one. Okay.
Pokemon Legends Arceus.
Yes.
And Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl.
That's what I wanted to ask. I wonder if they count that as like one game, even though it's
they do. They count it as one.
Fair enough.
So anyway, Record profit in sales. They hit 1.6 billion US
Nice.
in sales. Obviously, this is converted from yen because it's a Japanese company.
Yeah.
Operating profit at 460 million, and then net profit 320 million, which is 123% over what they normally do.
You know, coming out of a pandemic, I feel like a lot of businesses did really good in 2021.
I think so. And then just for the unit sales, new Pokemon Snap, 2.4 million units, none of which are mine. I still need to get my hands on that. Pokemon Legends Arceus, 12.64 million units. And then Pokemon Brilliant Diamond and Shining Pearl, 14.65 million units sold. And now, as somebody who's never played a traditional Pokemon game, it makes me really want to go play one, even if it's an original one. Like I got to go back and just try one.
Like I think I downloaded Blue on a 3DS, which I gotta go play. I play again. It's a game where I started it. Mm-hmm. Same thing with Let's Go Pikachu. If I pick that up again, I got to start from scratch. Yeah. Because God knows where I am.
Yeah. So anyway, Pokemon Company definitely going to be sticking around for a while.
Absolutely.
Since that's been going on. Continuing on the Nintendo news, Nintendo Switch Online expanded their offering with 3 more games.
Interesting games.
Yeah.
The internet again in an uproar.
What?
The internet always is in an uproar whenever the Super Nintendo updates, and I'll explain why.
Because it's never good enough. So for Super Nintendo, you got 2 games: Congo's Caper and Rival Turf.
Okay, good. Both good games.
I remember Rival Turf.
Rival Turf was fun. Congo Caper is like a platformer kind of sort of, which is fun.
Yep. And for the NES, you got the original pinball game.
You know, it's so simple, but it's so fun.
Yeah,
you're right.
Fun.
It's an original black box game, but again, everyone's in an uproar. Oh, where's Super Mario RPG? That's every time there's a notice of an update. There's I forgot the name. It's a Twitter handle. That always kind of gives a heads up when there's going to be a Switch update. Mm-hmm. And like whenever they say this, that there's going to be a Switch update coming up, it always tends to be, wow, post office is delivering today? Okay.
I saw them delivering yesterday here and I thought it was odd. I'm like, it's Sunday.
And today's Memorial Day.
Yeah.
What the hell was I just talking about?
The Switch Online update.
Oh, yeah. So, and they always, and like they always say, all right, there's going to be a major update. And whenever they mention that, it's always to one of those, whether it's the N64, the Genesis, or the NES and Super NES. Right. And everyone always complains, oh, it's going to be Super Mario RPG. And then they release the games, and it's not Super Mario RPG. So
I have a sneaky suspicion that we're going to get like an official Switch release of Super Mario RPG.
Think they would do that?
I think they would.
That'd be cool.
I think they would. I think there's a reason why it's not just up there.
I think there's a reason too, and I think it's Square.
You know, it could be Square. Yeah.
Because I think they own like half of it or something like that.
Yeah, but I think we're in a world where they can come to a deal of some kind.
You would think. So
yeah,
we'll see.
So, but I want my Geno.
You're the only one that remembers Geno, I think.
I love Geno. Geno was amazing.
Now I have both the Super NES and NES North American versions, but I also have the online for Japan.
Right.
And you have to create like a Japanese account in order to be able to do that.
Right.
And in the beginning, it was cool because there were different games, and then after a while, they were keeping the same. I'm trying to look up right now though because the Japanese Super Famicom did not get Congo Caper. They got a different game.
Yeah, it's called. I had just had it up too. It's like Umihara something.
Yeah, and it's like it's hard to.
Let me see if I can pull it up again.
It's hard to explain because it's kind of like it's a fishing game in the aspect. It's like a fishing platformer game.
Yeah, you had explained it to me.
It's very hard to explain. You don't actually fish. You walk around like, again, platformer, or I guess, like vertical. You have almost like a fishing hook, and there's like giant goldfish just kind of walking around the board. And,
okay.
You swing, you hook at them, you get them. But what's cool is the physics to use the hook to climb up, to swing. Oh, It's actually a very fun game to play.
Oh, okay. I can't find it. I don't know why.
Yeah, neither can I.
Find it all of a sudden.
But check it out. It's the Super Famicom version with the
Oh,
update.
here it is. It is called Umihara Kawazi.
There we go. Exactly.
Yeah.
So I mean, I sure has something to do with fish lore, or like Japanese lore of fishing or whatever, because they do a lot of fishing over there. But it's just a really fun game to play. So something, if you have access to it, definitely check it out.
On the Japanese Switch Online, or the games that they offer, are there any horse racing games? Because I remember seeing a ton of horse racing games when I was there.
No, I have not. No horse racing games. I'm waiting for one. Don't get me wrong, but I feel like that's more like an online thing, because you bet on it.
No. But they had released like regular horse racing games, though.
True. This is true.
So, yeah, I was just curious. I should have picked one up when I was in Japan.
There's a handful of games that are exclusive to Japan, for both the NES and the Super NES. A lot of them, though, are role-playing games, so it's not going to work unless you know how to read Japanese. But otherwise, it's just kind of cool every now and again just to see some of the games that come out over there. But also, it's cool because you get their version of the game. So, like with Super Mario Brothers 3, there's a slight difference between our Super Mario Brothers 3 and the Japanese Super Mario Brothers 3.
Right.
One of which is here in North America, if you have like the raccoon suit and you get hit, you lose the raccoon suit, but you're still Big Mario.
Right.
In Japan, if you get hit with a raccoon suit, for example, you go back down to Mini Mario. So there is almost a higher difficulty. So it's kind of cool to see some of that.
Well, they always the Japanese like to dumb down our games because they
sure do.
So and I'm okay with that, by the way. I'm okay with being dumbed down.
So
all right, cool. Moving on. A few other bits here. So this was interesting because I did not know about this. We know Kirby came out with a new game on the Switch, right?
Yes, great game.
And that's what I've heard. And then you remember Kirby 64, the Crystal Shards, right?
Yes.
That just released online on the expansion pack. This was something I did not know, but they were actually developing a Kirby game for the GameCube. Never got made.
Okay.
Never got made. However, it was in development because somebody released footage of it online.
Oh, really?
So there was an interview with the late Satoru Iwata, and he had said that there was going to be Kirby's Return to Dreamland.
Okay.
And they had been working on a new game for the GameCube. Never came out. But there's a 9-second clip of I guess maybe a test play or something like that.
Okay.
And it looked similar to Kirby 64, but it was the GameCube. It was for the GameCube. So there was an actual GameCube Kirby game in development.
So what did you say? It was Return to Dreamland, you said?
It was in an interview around the time Kirby's Return to Dreamland launched, because that was a game that already came out.
Yeah, it looks like they just ended up moving it to the Wii. I thought that sounded familiar.
Yeah, so originally it was supposed to be for GameCube.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting little.
No, totally. Kirby, like once you discover Kirby, like you almost become all in with those games.
Yep. Yeah, so there was that. Couple other things. One, Larry, you'll be happy to know, since you own an Evercade.
I do.
You do. Evercade is celebrating their 2nd anniversary.
They sure are.
And there will be a 20-minute broadcast on their YouTube channel today when we drop this episode, Tuesday.
Okay. I was going to say, I'm like, what? I got to go in.
Tuesday at noon Eastern.
Oh, good. I'll be on lunch. Okay.
And they have announced that there will be big news.
I know.
Announced. Very curious to find out. Big news to be announced during the show. They had written in all caps on their PR release.
No, I already got the reminder on for YouTube. I'm
curious to find out what that is.
I thank you over and over again for that wonderful Christmas gift that I got like 3 months later. The Evercade.
jerk.
Oh, that's happy birthday. No, it was for Christmas.
No, I know. I'm just saying. You said 3
Oh
months
yeah,
later,
okay,
which is your
I
birthday.
got it was tactfully done. The Evercade, everyone should try and get an Evercade. I'm telling you, man, it is worth it. Like I said, especially for like people who love the history of games but can't afford to get a lot of these high-end games. They're like, you catch some of them on the Evercade, and each one of those carts is $20.
Yep.
So you can't beat it. Even if it's only 2 games on it, you can't beat it.
No, but yeah, it's just awesome. Yeah, no, I keep hearing how good it is,
Yeah.
and I'm looking forward to eventually getting my hands on one. I'm not in a rush to grab it.
No, I got you.
But I'll get there. And then speaking of other little minis type of thing, you remember the Egret 2 mini? We've talked about it a few times. All right, June 3rd, it will start shipping.
Okay.
So
that was way pricier than I ever expected it to be.
Yeah, which is why I did not.
No, neither. That was like $300. Yeah.
No, I what's the one that I want to get? I keep forgetting it. Which the other one?
I don't remember.
I'll worry about it later. But there is another mini that I want to get my hands on. But anyway, Egret 2 mini ships on June 3rd. Sega. I don't know if you saw this, but Sega announced a broadcast. On Friday, they announced last Friday that they will have a broadcast on Friday, June 3rd, 7 a.m. Eastern time.
Jesus.
And they are going to unveil a brand new project.
Oh, I wonder if it's Sonic Frontier or whatever that one was called.
Don't know. We haven't seen anything. All we know is that they posted, they tweeted that this is going to be happening on June 3rd. And there's an image of a Genesis controller made out of chocolate, but it doesn't really look like a controller. It looks
okay,
kind of gross.
Oh, fair enough.
And you can figure that out on your own.
Figure that out later.
Figure that out on your own. But anyway, so there's some announcement coming from Sega on Friday, June 3rd, 7 a.m. Eastern. So be on the lookout for that. Curious to see what that's going to be. Maybe it's the last Sonic 30th anniversary thing they're coming out.
Could be. You know, especially when Origin is getting ready to drop on then.
Yep. And the last bit of news I have for today.
Okay.
And this is a throwback to a few weeks ago when I talked about Queen Elizabeth's Nintendo Wii.
Yes. The gold Nintendo. Yes.
The gold Nintendo Wii that never made it to Buckingham Palace.
Yep.
So it was put up for auction, and I told you, "Oh, Larry, it's only $5,000. You can get your hands."
I should have, yeah.
You should have, except for the final price.
Oh, it's sold. Okay.
The auction closed. It has sold, and some lucky person out there paid $36,000.
Wow.
For Queen Elizabeth's never touched golden Wii.
I mean, I can buy other golden Wiis for a lot less than that. But
I'm sure you can.
but
not a golden Nintendo Wii.
You know what? 36 grand. I kind of thought it might have gone a little bit higher. Don't ask me why, but I just thought. But hey, look, if it was intended for Queen Elizabeth, that's a special, one of a kind. 36,000 probably isn't too bad to put. Hopefully,
I don't know.
On a shelf.
If she played with it, maybe it was worth it. But I don't know.
Imagine her sitting there playing like Wario Shake or whatever that was.
Oh no, just like sitting on her throne playing Wii Sports.
Another strike, or however she sounds like.
Yeah, that was uncanny. It sounded just like her. Wow. That wraps up the news. So,
all right, sounds good. And you know what? Let's wrap up the episode as well, as I'm baking out here.
I know you are. I am very comfortable in my air-conditioned home.
Haven't turned on the AC yet. That will happen tomorrow. All right, cool. So, you know what? And I mean, I'm sure they know where to find us, but I guess in case they're new, where can they find us?
Yeah, you guys can find us on Facebook.com/Retro Gamers Podcast, on Instagram @Retro Gamers Podcast, on Twitter @Retro Gamers Pod. You can listen to us wherever you listen to podcasts, or you can watch us on YouTube, and you can email us at email@theretrogamers.com.
Yes, and with that, we'll close it up. And welcome back.
Thank you. Good to be back. And Larry, enjoy your time in Brooklyn.
I'm going to. I love Brooklyn. So
I know you do.
If I could, I'd move back.
I'm sure you would.
Hey, I just had Pronto. I had Pronto's Pizzeria last week.
Oh, I miss Pronto Pizza.
They actually delivered down here. So,
oh wow, that's really
well,
cool.
The seamless. So, but
but that's kind of awesome. I miss Pronto.
How good their heroes were.
Oh, their chicken parm.
Oh, yep. That's what I had.
Unparalleled. Remind me when I come to Brooklyn next time. I got to get a chicken parm.
We will absolutely hit up Pronto's.
Sounds good to me.
Oh, and on a side note, Kuro's is closing.
Awesome.
I mean, they're moving, but still.
Oh, they're moving again.
Yeah, but I think they'll probably call themselves something else.
Okay, maybe they'll go back to the foursome.
Maybe, hopefully, I don't know. For the 6 people who are aware of what we're talking
who are aware of what we're talking about, there's a walk down memory lane for us.
Absolutely,
because we're old.
And with that, we'll catch you everywhere next week on the Retro Gamers Podcast.